I don't think you should do. Could you be successful hiring somebody out right away? For sure, but I think you should probably do it yourself first.
Got it.
I'm a firm believer, man. Like, and guys, get your chats in. We're gonna read the chats here in a little bit. If you guys got questions, I'm a firm believer that like the first real estate deal that you do, you should do it by yourself. Shouldn't necessarily have other people go in the deal with you. Like, learn it from A to Z, from finding the property to getting it under contract to funding it. If you're, depending on how you're gonna purchase it, of course. If you're gonna fix and flip it versus or use a hard money loan, etc. And just do the entire process by yourself so you understand it. And then from there, then you can kind of expand.
Outsource.
And I think buying in your town, in your city, for your first deal at least, I think is the best. I don't have a problem with buying outside, but I think for the first deal, you want to really be able to see everything and do everything, do that first walkthrough by yourself. Everything is very important. Ryan, let me ask you this. You talked about hard money loans. This is something that, me and Fresh have talked about on this podcast a few times.
High interest.
We tell people to stay away from them because they can be dangerous if you're not disciplined and you don't have a game plan.
Yeah.
So can you tell us like kind of what it is, how do you go about doing one, and how to kind of navigate it? Because this is something where it's a great tool to have, right? You could get some capital immediately, but, it could come with some really bad consequences if you make some mistakes.
Yeah. So transparently, just, I've done, like I said, 600-700 flips so far. I have lost millions over the years on bad deals due to hard money loans.
Okay.
So, I'm over here
that.
telling you, like, transparently the truth about this business. Some people are like, oh, well, it seems so easy. It's like, bro, no, like, you're right, Myron. The negative side of real estate investing is you can actually lose money. Okay. So what is a hard money loan? How would you lose money? Like, what is the risk? Well, a hard money loan is very different than your typical like FHA or conventional or VA loan. All you have to do is have a good deal. If they think it's a good deal, like you have it below under market value, there's a hard money lender that will fund your deal. In fact, we actually have a hard money arm in our company. So we fund students and different things.
Oh, sure.
So
okay.
I know this for a fact. Like, you don't need great credit. You don't need tax returns, all these things, right? Now, it's going to be short term. So it's not going to be like 30 years like normal loans that you see today. It's going to be 1 year, and it's going to be a higher rate. Most beginners are paying anywhere from 10 to 12% interest. So, if you think 6% is high, 10 to 12 is what you're paying on these deals. Mm-hmm. So yeah, it's more expensive. It's short term. That's the risk. Now, the reward is you're not holding this property long term with this loan. Mm-hmm. The goal is you go sell this thing in 4 months. Mm-hmm. So, at the end of the day, it's not that expensive if you're only holding it for 4 months.
Yeah.
Compared to, if you held a property for 5 years, yeah, the interest is going to kill you at that point.
Yeah, and this is something that, I've seen a lot of guys use, and it's like, this is, would you say it's better if possible? Well, in the fixing and flipping world, hard money loans is kind of the way to go. How does someone go about getting a good hard money lender that is it? Because, obviously the business is filled with a lot of underground types. We'll just keep it there. Yeah. How can someone go about getting a hard money loan in the best and ethical way, since it's such a dirty business? It can really leave you in a bad position if you fuck up.
Well, at the end of the day, I think hard money kind of gets a bad rep, maybe from the past.
Okay.
But today, right? Most hard money lenders are backed by multi-billion-dollar hedge funds. So, like our partner on our hard money lending business it's a hedge fund. I don't have billions of dollars. Mm-hmm. So these guys literally just underwrite loans for a living all day, every day. Okay. So, for me, it's like, it's just a normal part of doing business. And guess what? If you don't pay the loan and it becomes due, just like any other loan you take in your life, whether it's a FHA or conventional, you're going to go into foreclosure. Mm-hmm. So I think that's the key with anybody who's getting into real estate, is make sure you can cover your debt, whether you're getting a rental or you're going to do a hard money just to do a fix and flip. Make sure you got enough money to make those interest payments.
What happens, Ryan, if you can't make those payments, and let's say you're not able to capitalize on a property like you want to?
Two things are going to happen. One is you're going to get foreclosed on. If, worst case, you stop paying, you don't have any options, you get foreclosed on. the kind of benefit though on a hard money loan is it's not on your credit. So if you did get foreclosed on a hard money loan, it doesn't actually show up as a foreclosure on your credit. It's
wow.
a different type of loan. So, that is one thing. The second thing would be you end up either refinancing it into like a normal conventional loan, or you just sell the property at a lot. You just get rid of it. And so, for me, when I talked about how I've lost money in real estate over the years, it's because, I had a property. Let's say the market turned. So I'll give you an example.
Yeah.
In 2022, they doubled interest rates, right? Like we had all these cheap rates, market was on fire, and then they doubled rates.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what happened was they doubled it in like 3 months. It was like crazy. And my properties ended up losing value, and they ended up sitting, and I had to keep making all these payments. So, I was making hundreds of thousands of dollars a month in hard money loan payments during this time. I had about 50 properties out for like $20 million worth of hard money loans, private loans, all that stuff. And, I had ran my business like that for years, and we had made millions up to that point. So I was like, it was normal for me. But the moment the market turned and slowed down, I had to end up paying the piper. And so, I ended up selling off those properties. I took a loss. I paid back the loans. But yeah, dude, it was a painful lesson. So yeah, like if it doesn't work out, you're going to have a painful lesson one way or the other. But if you wholesale, you don't actually end up dealing with any of that.
Thank you for being transparent. So
Yeah.
you're saying basically, in a nutshell, wholesaling is the way to get in the money without having the headache and stress of doing it actually yourself.
Bro, you really don't have much risk at all. Like here's the thing I tell people. Probably everyone here is like looking for ways to make more money, right? That's why they're watching this, right?
Yep.
So there's so many ways to make money that you guys have talked about. In my opinion, I don't think there's any other way. I don't think there's a better way for people who know how to hustle and do sales than wholesaling. Because what else could you sell and, where you don't really have to put that much money into it to start the business or anything, and yet you can go make 20 grand, 30 grand. Like, I don't know of anything else you could sell that's like that.
Yeah.
And then also too, to know that it's a skill that you can use the rest of your life, because real estate's never going away, right? So if you get really good at wholesaling and finding deals down the road, when you actually want to start keeping the properties for rentals or flips or whatever, you're going to know how to do that because you already know how to find deals.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and that's honestly one of the hardest things is finding deals. I mean, even myself, I've been like scouring the internet with my team trying to find deals, and it's something that I'm going to have to put more of my own time into because as the market, as interest rates go up, et cetera, and it's hard to find deals, this is where the more savvy investor and the people that know what they're doing are able to find deals.